What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to take a moment to give a little public service announcement. If you're a Warhammer community troll, as in you troll the Warhammer community, I don't really understand the strategy there. I find it a little confusing because people oftentimes talk about how Warhammer or Games Workshop, the company, has made a big U-turn in having more interaction with the community. And I think the goal is that the Warhammer community person will give like a witty response, and then you'll share it with like your group, and hopefully you'll get a lot of likes on the internet. And I find it kind of weird. Like it'll be like the Space Marines vs. Eldar box set will come out, right? They just showed that new box set coming out. And then in the comments will be like, so-and-so from Georgia. And he'll be like, yeah, but I wish the orcs were coming out in October. And then the GW thing will be like, yeah, they're on their way. And then he'll screenshot that. And then he'll go to the orc group and he'll comment that screenshot on Facebook, and he'll say, yeah, GW said orcs are on the way, guys. And it's like everybody already knew that. So it's like a lot of weird noise in the social media of the hobby. And it's mostly Facebook. I don't know if people share that stuff on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram and you're into painting miniatures, I think you're making a big mistake, because there's like an infinite amount of inspiration or resources available by just browsing hashtags on Instagram for painted miniatures. But if you're just constantly like badgering and trolling the Warhammer community team about things they already said, like the 40k FAQ, it'll be like, oh, new endless spells for beastmen, and they'll be like, well, I want the endless spell that is the FAQ for 40k, and then they'll screenshot it, and then they'll share it in their local group or their related army group that they play. And they'll be like, hey guys, look at this, look what I commented. And I imagine there's like a couple people that probably are pretty far unrelated to the hobby, or they play the game and they're like very low on the totem pole at the Games Workshop company, possibly even working not even on site. They could be just working anywhere if they're just responding to Facebook comments, because they never give you any information at all. Yep, they usually try to be funny, and that's nice of them, but it's weird that people share it like it's information. Like they'll be like the Orktober thing, obviously October. Yep, if GW gives them a clever response, they'll still reply or comment, screenshot, and then comment into their group like, yeah, they said it's going to be here in October, guys. October's going to be here in October. And I think it's pretty weird. Maybe I'm not getting it. I don't know. Like, the same way a lot of people probably don't understand why I love looking at little painted miniatures or even painting miniatures. But I don't really understand that kind of behavior, I guess. I understand maybe if it was like your favorite YouTube channel or something, and they obviously they could tell you information, but Brad from Yorkshire or whatever, who works from his couch responding to Facebook comments for Warhammer, who knows nothing, and he's not in any of the meetings, and he's not a part of any of the email chains. All he knows is that he's going to get fired if he makes up something, so he has to be as kind of beat around the bush as possible and not give you any real tidbits of information. But on top of that, he knows no actual valuable information, and he'll forward, he'll screenshot things and forward them on to rules team or design team, and if they get enough of them, that might become like a pattern that they'll address. But simply just begging for like the release of something they've already announced is just extra crap they have to sift through. And I think it actually takes away from the people who maybe do want to see like a change to points on, say, their favorite unit because they don't feel like it's playable, which I also don't think is necessarily true most of the time. But if sometimes there is a problem, every time, say, there's like a problem, if one person comments that there's a problem, but 99 bored people trying to get Facebook likes comment about when's the Sisters of Battle gonna be here, and then it just increases the chance that that actual problem doesn't get fixed because they don't see it. So I'd love to know your thoughts on this. I'm not super one way or the other on it because I think it's kind of funny. Like a lot of companies, they like sass their customers on Twitter and stuff, like Wendy's here in America and things like that. And people love it. So GW has definitely got on board with that. And I do like sometimes when they, burn the person who's just the most generic like commenter saying the same thing that everybody else. They don't even have the original like thing. I think they just see somebody else comment that exact comment on a different post, and then they try to be the first one to put it on that post to try to get the the little laughy emoji, like they thought of something but they didn't. So it's super weird. Let me know your thoughts on it. It doesn't really bother me one way or the other. It's pretty easy to scroll past and move on with my life, but it is a curious behavior that I have noticed and I find kind of odd. So I got some new stuff up on my eBay store. We're selling a bunch of stuff, continuing. I got a big product I'm trying to launch here, or bring to market or sell or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. So I'm trying to kind of clear out not only space but generate some extra money to basically buy a lot of stuff for a lot of my product from a manufacturer, to be able to get it at a good price, to sell it at a good price. I've been painting a lot, trying to sell painted stuff on eBay. That's been going cool. Slow start, obviously. I didn't have like a whole big thing of painted stuff to put up, so I just get a couple things done every week or so far. It'll be nice to speed that up a bit. And let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you think on the trolling of the Games Workshop community pages on social media. And let me just know how you're doing. Please subscribe.